The Akosombo Dam, after it we saw the Akuse Dam or the Pond Dam,
Yes.
and then we've seen Bui Dam.
Yes.
Should we have constructed more dams on our rivers, or that's the best we can have now?
For now, I can say that's the best we can.
We don't have rivers that have.
We have
can
rivers,
be
but in
dams?
some of the rivers, well, it depends on everybody and his opinion.
Okay.
Some of our rivers, like the Pra and other rivers,
Yeah.
these are in our prime agricultural areas. You don't want to go and then dam a river in those areas and take land of agricultural land. How much are you going to get? Okay, so those rivers are also serving very good, important. Well, the land and the rivers, I don't see, because you're not going to get that much energy from those locations.
How about the white and black waters?
When you look at talk about hydro generation, you need some contour. I mean, like geographical area where you can put a dam, because you need the head of the water behind the dam to be able to generate the electricity. So all the studies that we had was for Akosombo, Pom, and then there's Pualugu. Pualugu is a multiple purpose. Dam, flood control as a dam.
Irrigation.
Irrigation, that's number one.
Yeah.
If we have to do Pualugu, we're going to do it because of irrigation.
And then we tap energy from it.
The energy is very small.
Okay.
Well, Pualugu, you can get out of 40 megawatts, at most 80, or at most, you see, the bigger in terms of energy you can get, or megawatt you can get, the larger the area you're going to flood.
Okay.
So I think the ultimate now is about between around 40, 60 or whatever. There's a latest which I'm not very clear. So Pualugu, for instance, I believe the best, if we're going to do Pualugu and we'll not do the irrigation, they better don't do it. Probably, but just do it for the flood control.
Is Akosombo meant to expire at a certain stage, or is supposed to be permanent installation? What kind of plan was the engineering, Nkrumah, and all of those things? What was the idea?
Yeah, Akosombo can go a number of years. Was built well to stand anything you can think of.
Okay.
Like any earthquake. And as I said, the structure is such that we have all these monitors, and we have people who are employed purposely to monitor the dam every day. We call them dam monitoring unit. They are part of our engineering. Everybody go and take what we call seepage, okay, to see how much water is coming from certain locations. And then they also go and check the levels, the surveyors, check the levels. And then beside that, we also have a dam review board comprised of top engineers from America and South America. You know, these areas have a lot of dams, several years old. So this review board are 5 engineers, top engineers from different corporations. I mean, they're all in their late 60s or 70s. They come every 5 years to come and review all the data and how the dam is being operated. And then they can tell you that, well, you are okay. If they see anything, they'll point it up to you. So far, they've done it. So far, so good. So the dam, as we see it now, if we're going to build Akosombo today, we'll build it just like what it is. So it can go for another number of years. That's the dam structure. But the power plant itself, after we ran Akosombo from 66 up to we started retrofit about 1991. After 25 years of operation, no matter when you build a new plant, you get what we call teething problem, whatever. Like when I went to GS in 1986, you see, the plant had just been finished in 82. We had a number of problems, so we had to do some technical audit, we did mini retrofit and whatever. And the same way Akosombo, after 25 years of operation, 1965 to 1992.
Okay.
Yeah, we decided to then do what we call retrofit to make sure that the plant is made as new and can run again for the next 25 or more years. Simply because technology has changed. You could get more output, and when we did it, far more output.
Okay.
Efficiency had also improved drastically. Efficiency for those units at that time were supposed to be 93. They were recording something around 87. We found out at that time when we did the first unit. So we had to suspend and retrofit, change the turbines completely, and then restart again. I think that was 98. Restart the retrofit again. And then we did all the units. So we change the governance, we change the generators, we put in some device we call splitter vane in the draft tube to also help in the output. So this machine, which could give us about, at that time, the maximum we could get out of the machine was about 148, 150 megawatts. With the new retrofit we did, we could get up to about 172 megawatts out of the machines. Okay, and excellent.
I see.
And I always tell people that Akosomo is the heart of this nation.
It is.
Without Akosomo, you can't run a system. The light cannot stay on.
Is our best backup? Is that a bigger backup? Or it's not even a backup?
No. Akosomo is the heart. Without Akosomo, when we have what we call a system collapse, when the whole station goes down, when the country goes down, you need Akosomo to come back online, stabilize before you can start any machine, even pump or start any thermal machine.
Why?
Well, that's the way it is.
So that's the foundation.
That's it. Because Akosomo has regulators. So that's the plant which regulates the system.
So while we are fantasizing about thermal and other power systems, we should not forget Akosomo. We should
Akosomo can never be forgotten. Akosomo is the base load, and it's big. Akosomo can give you at least. Right now we can get 160, 170 megawatts out of each machine.
And that's
huge. Imagine. So right now the maximum output is 1,020 megawatts, while previously it was just around 900 megawatts.
You've said that there's the dam on the one side and there's a power plant on the other side.
The dam is
but
there.
I thought the dam was created purposely for power, or were
yes,
there other
it was
plants?
created. Akosomo power plant was created for power generation, flood control, irrigation.
Those are the three.
And then transportation, inland transportation.
All right.
Yes,
All
that's how come we have the water lake transport, which is supposed to move. We move cargo and fuel and ferry and all these things. So these are the three reasons.
Okay.
Flood control, which is one, because but for Akosomo, people living downstream, I'm sure we go there, would have been seeing flood virtually every year. Because Akosomo, the river itself, has all these tributaries, the tea, white water, the red water, all of them come all the way down.
So the dam regulates how much water flows where?
The dam then controls the water because it can move between, Akosomo can move between an elevation, the minimum elevation is 240. We've gone up to 230, 235 before. Okay. The minimum level went in 2007 was 234.997.
Which is like one of the lowest.
That's the lowest ever. Okay. I remember very well.
So lower than 82? Lower than what happened in 1982?
Okay. 82. Well, at that time we had new territory.
Okay.
So, Akosomo, so when is that low? You can just imagine the amount of water that it can take. So 2007, when we went to the lowest, between 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2010, we went to the maximum and we spilled.
I have a question for you. Was VRE created for the dam, or the dam was created for VRE? Which one came first?
Oh, for Ghana.
So VRE was created to manage
manage the dam. The dam is for everybody. It's for all Ghanaians. It's our responsibility to make sure that dam runs and runs well.
So at the time, we were thinking that we were creating power out of the river only, because I've seen that VRE has diversified now. Beyond Akosomo, VRE has other plants.
Oh, beyond Akosomo.
It means that the mandate has changed.
Yes, along the line, they have to, the airline setting, the art setting VRE had to be modified, because initially Akosomo was the only generating station. Bomb was brought in, and then...
Before I continue, why is it called bomb when the plant's at Akusi?
That's a good question. Bomb, people suffered from the plant. When the pump that was built at Akusi, bomb was, that's where the flooding went.
The water reversed.
Yes, it was there. So I'm sure the big guys then thought that they should be compensated for that. Bomb dam instead of Akusi.
Okay, that's right. Continue.
And the Akusi have the benefit of also having the VR township and other facilities to benefit them. So yes. So
so you had VRE Akosomo, then you had
bomb.
Now we
had to add thermal generation. But after 1983, 84, when we had this challenge of low inflow, I said, no, we can't put our eggs in all one basket where all our generation is hydro. What happens if there's no rainfall? What happens in change? So VRE started thinking. And that's how come VRE had to add thermal, government, not VRE.
Yeah.
Everything that was government. Government initiative. It was a recommendation of this thing.
Why would VRE, which is a company set up to run a river or hydropower, be bothering itself with running hydro? Why didn't we set up a different hydro, so we could have had Ghana Hydro Authority or something?
No.
I mean, Ghana Thermal Authority.
This is something that is done elsewhere in the world. So it's like Tennessee River Authority, Ontario Hydro, Quebec Hydro. They have thermal hydro, nuclear, solar. They have everything. So that's what it is. So at that time, VRI has the technical competence, and we're bringing another generation. And you need to synchronize the generations together. And it's easier if you have the thermal generation. That was when TAPCO, the Takoradi Thermal Plant was built. Okay, and then of course, through the late Rollins and the government also came in with the arrangement with TICO to add on another thermal facility.
So VRI owns TAPCO and TICO?
VRI doesn't own TICO, but there is an agreement where VRI takes TAPCO. TAPCO is for VRI.
Okay, so you're
TICO operates. We are the off-taker. We take everything from them. There's an agreement.
What was the role of VRI in the establishment of the Bui Dam? Is it VRI that constructed that dam, or
no? It was government. It was government. The VRI played a significant role because we have the technical competence. So VRI also provided technical expertise. And when it started, there were a number of VRI staff who went to help in managing the plant till the current staff also became knowledgeable enough to run. And along the line, some of them, when they go on retirement, they are poached and they help in running it because it's just a simple hydro facility.
So that one is smaller. Is smaller.
In terms of its form, it's 3 machines. In terms of capacity, it's 400 megawatts. But in terms of energy that you can get, it's just like POM.
Oh, so
it's just like POM in terms of energy from Bui, just like POM. 1,000 gigawatt hours per year or something. Just run that.
So generation, we are doing. So our hydro dams are POM, Bui, and Akosombo.
Yes.
Should we be able to have another hydro dam anywhere else, or you think that's?
I think we should be looking at Pualugu. Pualugu because of the importance. These days we should have their own food basket in this country.
The issue with Pualugu is that the water is coming from Burkina, and they have the Bagre Dam, and they can sabotage us by controlling their water.
No. You see, people don't understand. Bagre Dam is a very, very small dam, very small plant. I'd be surprised why with that small facility and they are producing so much grain. Bagre, you see, when they spill very little volume, it comes up to the north, and because the place is a bit flat, you see it flooding. And it doesn't even impact much of the inflow into the lake.
Okay.
It all spreads. Okay. But then when we build the dam, it will just contain that. So that this occasional flooding, whenever they open their skin, that's a small plant. That's where every year and then you see them spilling.
Okay. We have hydro, we are seeing thermal, VRI.
Yes.
Have you, or do you, I don't know if you do you have solar and
wind? Yeah, we have solar.
And wind?
Wind, there have been a lot of studies. When I was in office, a lot of studies have been done around Angloga, Ada area, and possibly, I don't know where it is now. There is study to do wind, but then there is solar. But one thing with the renewables are good. They are good. But it's just a color on the icing. It's just a color. Because in our case, our peak demand are in the evening. Renewable, you only get it during, like solar.
Yeah.
Solar, you get it between, like right now we have solar in my house.
Yeah.
You get it between the hours of 10 o'clock, probably, and then 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. During that time, that's it. Beyond which, the production comes down. And that's not where our peak is. Our peak is in the evening. In a developed world, because of their production and everything, their peak could be in the afternoon. So then it is thin. So if you want to, you are looking at adding on generation, you are looking at your peak demand to add on generation. You could add 1,000 megawatt of renewable today. It will not affect your peak generation. Okay, so
it will be useful for you during the day, but it will not help with the product.
No. It's okay, but we should concentrate. I will tell people, now that we are pursuing this brilliant idea of the 24-hour economy, we need megawatts. Ghana, a population of about over 30 million. Our peak demand is less than 5,000 megawatts. 4,300, 4,400 projected for this year. Not good enough. So we should be seeing something in double 10,000 and above.
The ministry has been renamed to include renewable energy.
Yes.
So it is great to look at renewable.
Definitely.
Or look at green. But you were saying that if we want reliability, then it should be thermal, it should be hydro.
For I think hydro is already renewable.
Okay, well,
hydro renewable.
Yeah.
You see,
it's more reliable.
Yeah, No, hydro is also renewable. We are blessed to have hydro renewable, so we can add as much solar, because they work in tandem in a way. Because solar can just come, and then when there's a cloud, it goes down. But then the hydro can then pick it up at any time.
Okay.
You know, recently, I think Spain had a problem, and this argument that,
yes,
well, Spain at that time was generating over 60% from renewable. When there's a challenge in the renewable, the grid went away. I mean, when we're going to do renewable, we paid a visit there. And at that time, we're doing about 40% of renewable generation. And they told us that could also be part of the challenge. So it's good to add renewable. Okay. There's no way. The sun is free. I said, I have solar in my house now. Generation consumption right now is virtually free.
It's free.
But then, of course, when the sun goes down, the hybrid, the grid also comes in.
Should governments invest in providing solar to people's homes like we did, where we did the biodigesters and we provided free toilets, almost toilets at half price to people, to ensure that people have toilets in their homes? Should we do something like that for solar, where government will say, I'm bringing solar panels for people in their homes, will fit in instead of going on the grid?
We are a developing country. We don't have them. The resources is limited. Probably some incentives, tax incentive, but for government to say, bring it free, no. I would not recommend.
Very well.
Pay for it. Okay. Because you are paying, you are going to get a benefit yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
This is Face to Face on Channel One Television. My guest is Engineer Kofi. He is a former chief of the VRA, Volta River Authority. He is also the chairman of the committee that has been tasked to investigate the issues around the flooding after the Akosombo Dam spill gates were opened. I'm going to talk to him about that. What his committee found, what is going to happen next, and how we can ensure that's not repeated. And then I'll ask him about the big doomsday question. Why are we seeing doomsday now? What are we getting wrong? How can we get it right? Please stay.